All right, let's dive into one of the most exciting economic stories happening anywhere on the planet right now. We're talking about Southeast Asia's digital gold rush. And all of this comes from the latest Economy SEA report. And trust me, the numbers, they're just staggering. Just take a second and look at that number. $300 billion. That's what they're projecting for Southeast Asia's digital economy by 2025. Now, a number that big can kind of feel abstract, right? It's hard to wrap your head around. So what does it actually look and feel like, on the ground? Well, it looks a lot like this. It's that feeling where you can just tap order, pay with a totally seamless digital wallet, and boom, your food is at your door in 20 minutes. This isn't some far-off sci-fi concept. For hundreds of millions of people in the region, this is the new reality. It's the engine of a revolution. So our guide for this whole deep dive is the Economy SEA report from Google, Temasek, and Bain. It's pretty much the gold standard. And this year's edition is a really big deal because for the first time ever, it covers all 10 ASEAN nations. That means we're getting the most complete picture of this digital transformation we'd ever had. So let's get into it. To really, truly get a sense of the scale of what's happening here, we have to look back. We need to see just how fast this all came together. We are talking about a decade of explosive, almost unbelievable hypergrowth. Okay, let's just walk through this timeline for a sec, because it really puts things into perspective. You go back to 2016, and the digital economy was a respectable $40 billion. By 2019, right before the pandemic hit, cash was still the undisputed king. But then, everything accelerated. I mean, really accelerated. By 2023, it hit $226 billion, and now it's on a clear path to absolutely smash that $300 billion mark by 2025. And this right here really shows you that multiplier effect. We're looking at a 7.4 times leap in gross merchandise value, or GMV. That's just the total value of everything sold through these digital platforms. And to put that in perspective, the original forecast for 2025 was $200 billion. So reality has blown past that ambitious prediction by 50%. Incredible. And this tells an even more impressive story. While the total value of all those transactions grew over 7 times, the actual revenue, the money companies are actually keeping, it surged over 11 times. This shows it's not just about more people buying stuff. It's about smarter monetization through things like advertising, subscriptions, and other premium features. So what's fueling this fire? Well, you've got this massive base of 500 million internet users, with 200 million of them being new since 2016 alone. Think about that. 3 out of every 5 people now shop online, and over 60% of all transactions are digital, which means, cash is pretty quickly becoming a relic. So where exactly is all this activity happening? Let's slice up that $300 billion pie and see which sectors are really leading the charge. As you can see, one sector is the clear heavyweight here, e-commerce. It's huge. But you can't overlook the other players. On-demand services like ride-hailing and food delivery are massive. Online media is a major force, and travel has made a really strong comeback. And kind of holding all of this together, you have the silent powerhouse, digital financial services. That's the backbone for pretty much every single transaction. And that's the crucial point. E-commerce isn't just a slice of the pie. It is the pie, making up a whopping 60% of the total value. It's on track to hit $185 billion all by itself. But even inside this giant, there's another disruption brewing. Get a load of this. In just a couple of years, video commerce, live shopping on platforms like TikTok, has gone from basically zero to capturing a quarter of the entire e-commerce market. That is just explosive, disruptive growth, and it's all driven by a totally new way of shopping. And here's why it works so well. It's visual, it's social, and it's basically built for those low-cost impulse buys in categories like beauty and fashion. We're seeing transaction volumes jump 50% year over year. The report even points to a small Malaysian business that tripled its sales just by using TikTok live streams. That right there is the power of this trend. Now, it's super important to remember that ASEAN isn't just one big blob, right? It's not a monolith. Each country has its own totally unique digital story. I mean, just look at this. You've got Indonesia, which is an absolute gaming giant. We're talking 40% of the entire regional market. Then there's Vietnam, just crushing it with incredible GDP growth and leading the way in EV adoption. And of course, Singapore has cemented itself as the hub for all things AI and finance, with nearly 500 AI startups. So yeah, every single market has its own game plan, its own drivers, and its own unique set of challenges. And this brings us to the next massive catalyst. If the last decade was all about getting online, the next decade is going to be all about getting smart. The AI revolution isn't coming, it's already here. And it is supercharging absolutely everything. So, what's the secret ingredient here? What is going to unlock another $200 billion in value on top of everything we've already seen? Well, the answer, of course, is artificial intelligence. And the numbers, they absolutely prove it. There are over 700 AI startups active in the region. 30% of all tech funding is now flowing directly into AI. But here's the most important part. Consumers are actually embracing it. 62% say they're swayed by AI recommendations, and 3/4 say AI tools just plain make their online lives easier. You see, AI's integration is happening on 3 levels all at once. First, you got this flood of capital creating new companies and new solutions. Second, you have users adopting these tools in their everyday lives. And third, businesses are using AI behind the scenes to become way more efficient, from managing inventory to approving loans. But, the path forward isn't just a straight line up. It's not without its obstacles. So as we look to the future, it's really crucial to understand both the challenges and the absolutely immense opportunities that are lying ahead. The road definitely has its hurdles. You've got to navigate different regulations across 10 different countries, find enough skilled talent, which is a huge one, and deal with global economic headwinds. But the opportunities, they might just be even greater. There's that potential $200 billion AI prize, massive investment pouring into core infrastructure like data centers, and the chance to bring millions of small businesses into this whole digital ecosystem. So, the eConomy report gives us the map. It shows us exactly where this digital gold rush is happening, where the richest veins of opportunity are. The only question left is, who's going to be the one to strike gold next?